Ladies and gentlemen and children, Zoltan is here. Like, wow, we're actually a little bit early, so I guess he sleeps in on Fridays. What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday Night Live, Click Track Profit, CTP, the wonderful world that is Click Track Profit. So I'm going to tell you a little. It's time for John's story time. John's story time, and then we're going to get Blin Jones is going to be leading it up this week, folks. He says he's got something awesome to talk about. You're going to want to get your piece of paper and pen out because it's pretty epic stuff. I'm going to copy everything he says and make a blog post about it later tonight because that's what I do. I steal content from Blin. Okay, so story time. You know why I love Thursdays? And this is a big shout out to my mom. I think I've told you guys this before. My mom raised me single parent household. You know, she had a good job, but it's tough raising a teenager, you know, being a single parent. Thursdays were always special to me. Do you want to know why, Blin Jones?
Why is that?
Because Thursdays were payday. It was my favorite day of the week every 2 weeks because that meant that we get to go to the grocery store. We get to get some food. I'm not saying we were, you know, nothing that drastic, but cupboards were bare. And Thursdays were really, really exciting because that's when my mom used to go and drop some buku dollars on the food. And then we see what happens to the girlish figure that I have from eating all the bonbons. Anyways, that's story time with John. My mom's the coolest, Jen. She's a cool guy. Cool lady. Other story time. I'm getting a stand-up desk. It's going to be delivered tomorrow. I'm excited. Which one did you get? I didn't get the desk.
The one that sits on top of.
One that sits on top. It was on special. They're having I love Black Friday. We got nothing. Canada's got nothing to do with Black Friday, but we've taken all of your deals now. So Black Friday week started this week. So we're having. It was a really good deal. I paid I think it was $100 less than what it was listed for. So really cool. Got really good reviews. It's the lift up one. So. Next week, I'll probably be doing this talking, and it'll probably be more like this. Will be more of the angle kind of thing. So you won't get to see Daddy Monster anymore.
Anyway. I got my desk at Black Friday, like last year or the year before.
Yeah, I remember.
I was like angered because I wanted a stand-up desk so much. I was like, I am driving around until I find one.
Yep.
And I went and I ended up at like Staples or something, and I bought this one.
Nice.
The only thing I'm not a super fan of the ones that sit on top of the desk is if you lower it and go back down to seated, everything's just a little bit higher than what it used to be. So
right. That's okay though. That's okay. Like I'm thinking it's going to be, you know, probably 6 inches, I guess, higher than what's normal. Mm-hmm. So I'm okay. Like that just means that I'll just be a little bit straighter. Like my back will actually be a little bit straighter because I'm still kind of, anywho, got nothing to do with tonight. Apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, what we do each and every Thursday is we focus more on the affiliate marketing side of things. Mondays are more crypto related. Wednesdays are kind of our gauntlet games that have morphed into a really fun time. But what we do now on Thursdays is we focus on the social media, the email marketing, the content marketing, the customer service, the traffic generation, the community building, and the relentless hustle that is internet marketing, and affiliate marketing. So I'm actually going to take a seat and enjoy this one because I've got my pad of paper right here. I got my pen. Blin Jones, ladies and gentlemen, is going to head up tonight's talk. So without further ado, the brains behind the CTP operation, Mr. Blin Jones.
So I wanted to talk about and try and get a little bit more in depth on one of the topics that we hit on a lot, and I call it the 5 and 3. And no, it's not where you need to have your hands when you're driving like this.
He actually trolled me with that and said, like, that's 5 and 3, like where you put your hands. And I'm sitting there, okay, 10 and 2. Drive, okay.
That's how you do it, right?
In Canada, we make left turns all the time, right? It's like a big NASCAR race in Canada. Yeah. Just go left for 500 miles.
There you go. Mm. So, the 5 and 3. And 5 and 3. This way, like that, right? So we're talking about list building when we're talking about the 5 and 3. What are the 5 and 3, right? So the 5 are the 5 things that you need to have to start building your list. The 3 are the 3 things that you need to do. They're the easy part. So the 5, we're going to go through all 5. We'll start with number 1, or number 1 if you're American, European, American, European.
Really? Do they do that in your Zoltan? Yep. Is that what you guys do? Eliana, is that what you do? 1?
Yep. American.
Yeah.
So the first one thing that you need to have to build a list is an autoresponder. Easy, simple. We know this already, right? We recommend Traffic Wave as your autoresponder. You can use any autoresponder that you want by all means. If you've got one that you love and you feel is the best and that suits you, use that. Maybe not in Spain for the thing.
She's in Portugal.
In Germany.
She's in Portugal.
Yeah. Portugal?
Yeah.
It's
she's
like
in Portugal.
mini Spain.
Mini Spain. Oh, don't say that to Portuguese people. I know that because I watched Geography Now last week and they did it on Portugal. And
more in Germany. But yeah, so number 1, the autoresponder. This one's super easy, super quick, right? So you have to have a method to capture leads, and you have to have a method to send out emails to those leads or your list. That's the autoresponder. So I'm upsetting Eliana like big time.
Yeah, she put the E on the end of Blin. See that?
So okay. Anyway, back to the subject. You need an autoresponder. We highly recommend Traffic Wave. It's all over CTP. It's everything that we talk about as far as the autoresponder. So that part is the easy part. The next part is your lead capture page, right? We're still in the easy stuff. This is all simple stuff. Everybody should know this thus far. Your lead capture page, and we're gonna go over everything and go into as much detail as possible as we can with everything. And ever since I started online and I started list building, I have followed John's methodology for lead capture pages and list building. ACA, attention, curiosity, action. That's all that your pages need to have. They can have more, but at a minimum, they need to have a method of grabbing attention. We use headlines, we use subheadlines, we use hey yous, we use loud videos. I have done videos without my pants on. Eliana did a cool little video the other day, taking a sticker and slapping it on her forehead. Something to grab attention. That's what we use. That's what we like to use. And then we need to create curiosity. We create curiosity by piquing the interest of the viewer of the page, of the ad, that lead capture page that we are building. So how do we pique the interest? And that's going to vary dependent upon the niche or niche that you're in. If you're doing cat products and cat stuff like that, because I love bringing up cats for no reason.
You bring cats up all the time, dude.
All the time for no reason. If that's what you're doing, that's what you're selling as an affiliate, though, is cat products and cat related stuff, you have to create curiosity by appealing to that consumer, that lead, that possible lead, or a prospect is what I like to call them, by using a headline or bullet points or something to pique their curiosity in whatever it is. So the niche, affiliate marketing, cats, blogging, make money online, relationships, anything like that, any niche or niche that you are in, that's what you want to do, is create that curiosity. And the last one is action. And then I'm going to let John talk about his ACAs a little bit because he came up with it, not me. So he knows more about it than I do. But the action is nothing more than what you want the user to do. Giant flipping arrows to the subscribe form. Something that directs them to the thing that you want them to do. There should be no other action on the page except for that one specific action that you want the user to do. Make a big giant button. Yes, show me more. Yes, Blin, I want to learn more. Yes, I need to know this information, so forth and so on. And John will tell you, you want to use as minimally as possible the requirements to get them subscribed. The very minimum required is the email address. You don't need first name, last name, date of birth, address, email address. You don't need all the extra stuff. You need the very minimum necessary to get them to your list. Everything else can be built on that, right? So email address, yes, Blin, show me the way. And then I'm gonna let John talk about ACAs because he came up with it, not me.
So is ACA part 2B or is this 3?
part 2. No. It's 2B, right? Well, it's 2A, I guess. It's a subset of lead capture pages.
Okay.
You need to know the ACAs.
Yeah. Hopefully I know it. I hope I do. Yeah, exactly what Blaine was saying. That this is the thing with lead capture pages. I see a lot of like issues that people are coming up with because they're overcomplicating it. Like the simpler a page is, and just like Blaine said, literally the action is buttons pointing to the subscribe link, like arrows, like that's what you want. But it doesn't have to be this overcomplicated process. There's 2 things you want your viewer to do on your lead capture page: sign up or leave. That's it. No clicking banners. No, oh, this is the recommended program. Here's a link to it. Go open up a new window. None of that. Lead capture form should be it. You want to pull people after they get in onto your list. So that's when you would put links to your Twitter account, links to your Steam account, your Instagram, your Facebook, et cetera, et cetera. But when you were using lead capture pages, all you want to do is capture the lead. That's why ACA is so effective. Attention, curiosity, action. Super, super simple. I've created numerous posts, and there's a big lesson on this inside of CTP where we break down every single piece of an effective lead capture page. The attention is simple. That's either a shock and awe type of headline, something that pulls people in, a video, something that grabs their attention. Remember, we're bombarded with 10,000 marketing messages a day at minimum. So if you think you're going to stick out because you've got a good smile, buddy, that's just part 1 of the equation. You need a lot more. So really good headlines, shock and awe, humor, but video is what works in 2019. Case in point, check out Eliana's page that she did yesterday in Gauntlet Games. Just absolutely brilliant. She uses video very effectively. The second thing is we want curiosity. We don't want to tell everybody, hey, this is what you're going to get. You want to create a little bit of interest, right? That's the old AIDA formula. Anybody remember AIDA from your old sales college courses? It's attention, interest, desire, and action. Same type of thing. So the interest and desire is we kind of morphed it into one for curiosity. So you're creating curiosity by giving them a couple of bullet points. The video can actually be tied into a little bit of creating curiosity as well, but mainly bullet points. You don't want to write War and Peace. Short video is actually for anything, in my opinion. I mean, I don't like, there's some people say long form videos are effective, but I think that's once they opt in. Like anything, 10 to 30 seconds is kind of what you're looking for. Just grab their attention and get the curiosity flowing. So across the board, I would say, but short videos for sure are much more effective. And then finally, action, like Blaine said. I mean, we're not making this complicated. We don't want to stick links everywhere when we're trying to get them to sign up to our list. No links to social media sites, no links to your favorite cat blog. Like literally we're using cats a lot, right? Just literally you want 2 things to happen. Either they're joining your list or they're leaving. That's it. So they either join your list, hey, this is cool, because people make up their mind within about 3 seconds, right? They've made up their mind in 3 seconds if they're going to stick around, if they're going to opt in, or if they're going to give you a bookmark or come back later. Like they've already made up their mind. So this is why if you have too much stuff going on, most people will choose this. I don't want anything to do with it. They'll just back away. So ACAs is a really good formula to use, but it's more of keeping it simple is the big message. Keep it really simple and don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, exactly what John said. And so another thing to mention with the LCPs, so statistically, before somebody opts in or follows the action that you want them to follow, they're going to see your ad or your ads multiple times, right? So they're seeing your face, your name, your branding, your stuff, whatever it is, however you're branding it, whether it be your site itself, your picture, your videos, so forth and so on. They're slowly getting to know you for that. And then once they feel that they know you, because very, very, very slimly does it happen that they see the page for the first time and they opt into it immediately. It doesn't happen or doesn't work quite like that. If you get a page that you get 1-for-1 conversions on, I will buy it from you for $1,000 instantly. So that's how much it's worth realistically. It's worth way more than that though, but I mean, $1,000 cash with equipment is pretty good. So, but yeah, so you're building that relationship, starting to build that relationship as you continue to move on. And that's what's going to move us into number three. Outside of LCPs, we need to continue the relationship and follow the chain that this subscriber now goes along. So they just subscribe to your blog, your email series, your list, whatever it may be for your autoresponder, and they now get directed to a page. This is the thank you subscribe page, and this is number 3. You need this thing. This thank you subscribe page allows you to continue branding yourself and building that relationship. If you use Traffic Wave and you don't define a thank you subscribe page, it goes to this generic Traffic Wave, you've been subscribed to Blaine's list, please check your email, blah, 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 junk. And it doesn't give you the opportunity to continue to brand yourself and build that one-on-one relationship. So the thank you subscribe page, it needs to be simple, and it needs to continue to direct that specific action that you need that subscriber to do, which is go and check their email and confirm their subscription to what they're trying to subscribe to. So it can be a simple video, it can be text, as long as you are doing this and continuing to brand yourself, and you have to make these custom. There's no other way to do it. You have to continue to brand yourself and build that relationship with that subscriber. That's what you're trying to do. That's the entire intent and purpose, is to build that relationship up as we go along. But we need to direct the subscriber from point A to point B to C to D. And that's going to take us into number 4. Number 3 and 4 are kind of connected. And that's the thank you for confirming page. So they've hit the LCP, the lead capture page, and they have subscribed. They've taken the action. They hit the thank you for subscribing page. You have a little video. Hey, thanks for subscribing to my blog, to my email series about my cats and the cat products that I love and use, right? I'm glad that you subscribed, but what I need you to do right now is go and check your email. You're going to see an email from me. It comes from Blaine at blainejones.com, and it's going to say, confirm your subscription to Blaine's Awesome Cats. And then you just click on the link in that email, and that's all the thank you subscribe page does. So now that person is going to go to their email. They're going to find the email. They're going to go in there and they're going to click on that confirm link. Once they click on that confirm link, they're directed to what's called the thank you confirmation page. All this is confirming their subscription to you. This is the third opportunity that we have to continue to brand ourselves and build that relationship. And this is where it continues on, because we're going to pick up from here in the emails. And that's the next thing. That's the next piece of communication that they're going to get from us, is these emails. This is the last time for a while that we're going to be able to just do a video, have a specific interaction with this user outside of just emails alone. So on this confirm page, there's a lot of things that you can do. You can get a lot more in depth. It really depends on the niche that you're using. What I tend to do for my confirm pages is this is where I would put my social media or my little ebook offer or anything like that, as long as it's along the lines of what they're subscribing to. So top headline, thanks for confirming. I put a little video out there. Thanks for confirming to my cat blog. This is awesome. Now you're subscribed. You're going to start receiving emails about my cats, Trixie and Mixie. And we're going to learn a lot together and learn to love these two animals, right? And that's what you want to do with the confirm page. At the bottom of that, you can be like, hey, these are the top 3 products that my cats love, right here, right out in front. Because that person, that user, that lead is in the clicking mood, is what it's called, they're more apt to click on those links than at any other time throughout this chain. So this is the time where you want to get them to click on things. It can be to the 3 favorite products. It can be if you're doing an affiliate marketing piece or make money online piece, check out this report that I read the other day. It's really good. It showed me a couple little tricks on building lead capture pages. So you send them a free little report with an offer for a $7 upgrade or rebrand or whatever, right? And you make an affiliate commission off of that. It's another opportunity where you can be like, hey, I know you're subscribed to my cat blog, but check me out on Facebook, check me out on Instagram, check me out on YouTube, check me out on CTP Talk, check me out here, there, and yonder. This is that opportunity, that point in time where you can get that person to click on something and follow the directions that you want them to take. And they're going to leave that page open because they're going to come back to it at some point. And I'm going to let John continue to expound on this because I need a drink of water.
He needs a drink of water. Yeah, this is really good because like it's funny because Blaine's like, dude, I got something to talk about tonight. So I have no idea what number 5 is. I'm assuming, but I'm not going to assume. So if I'm taking some of your thunder here, Blaine, I apologize in advance. But these thank you and confirming pages, remember the email series training inside of CTP. What's the first email that we tell people to when they're setting up an email series? What's the first one? It's the indoctrination email. And that's what these pages help do. The mistake people make when they're list building is they're like, hey, I'm so happy that you have joined my, my list. Now, go buy stuff. It's like the first email, you want to keep pulling people. So these pages will help pull. It's fine to have recommendations on stuff because like Blaine said, that's a prime time to get people to click on stuff. But you still want to get them in the frame of mind of getting them to know, like, and trust you. So how do you do that? It's indoctrination. It's to pull people towards you. So on the bottom of these, the confirmation pages specifically, that's where you would stick your Facebook links and all your social media links because you're trying to pull people. You want to get people interacting with them. I was just talking to Jen just before we pressed when we went live, and we were talking about this, and I was telling her, how this thing works, and we were kind of bouncing ideas back and forth. But this is where you have the opportunity to kind of set them up for what they're expecting, right? Like me and Jen were saying, we were talking about doing contests and stuff like that. That's where you can mention it. Hey, stay tuned to my list because every month we do giveaways. Every month we do, every week I go live on this webinar and I do free giveaways and we do little raffles and little tokens and stuff we can give. Stay tuned for these updates because I give you guys a lot of stuff. You're getting them primed. You're priming them to what they can expect while being on your list. If you're just going to set up a list and then pitch them stuff every day or two, you're not going to get a lot of reaction. You want to really add value. So adding value is taking people, like Blaine was saying, taking them from that point when they subscribe to this entire journey that they're on with you. That is why the thank you, the confirmation pages is a fantastic time to indoctrinate them and get them expecting what is coming down the road. And now I need water. Perrier, do you think they really shipped this from France, or do you think it's all bull?
I don't know.
I think it's all bull.
But I gotta send this text real quick, so give me just a second.
Absolutely, Jen.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, and it's continuing to pull people in, and that's what we're doing with that thank you confirm page. And like John said, you can put the offers on there. What I found as far as the offers go, the best thing to do is something free, unless it's a very, very, very specific niche or niche, right? So if my blog and my list is all about my favorite cat toys, you can probably list 3 cat toys on there and be like, check these things out. My cat loves them, something like that, right? But again, the overall goal is to continue to pull people. And John kind of bled over into number 5 a little bit. Number 5, if you haven't guessed it by now, this is the last thing that you absolutely need to be building your list, and that's the emails. At the end of the day, you just need emails. And we're gonna get a little bit deeper into emails, but I'm gonna reiterate and cover everything again. Autoresponder, we love Traffic Wave. Lead capture page, you can build them in CTP. Super simple, super easy. Thank you subscribe page, thank you confirm page, and emails. So emails, I was going to talk about the first email that we send and what that email does and the purpose of it, but John already explained it. That's the indoctrination email, right? So that's the first time, that first engagement via email that we're going to have with the subscriber. That's that first personal one-on-one conversation that we're going to have outside of thanks for subscribing to my list. Hey, thanks for confirming your email. Stuff like that. So that's that. That email should be 100% pull, right? We want to get them to us. So this is where we can also attach Facebook, Instagram, social media, everything on there. And we're in that email, we're also reiterating a couple things. We're reiterating and helping them understand further why they subscribed. So we want them to look forward to the next email. So we're going to reiterate why they subscribed to this email series, this list, this blog, whatever it may be. And we're going to talk about us so that we can start to build that relationship and continue building that relationship as we move forward. So the majority of the first emails that you're going to be sending are going to be more of the pull emails. So we're going to be talking about us, our journey, our travels that we have done along this niche or niche that we are building our list in. So you're going to do that with the first couple emails. The first, I would say 5 or so emails are probably the easiest to write, because those are normally, the first 3 or 4 are usually those 100% pull. That 4th or 5th email should be about the time maybe that you start to push just a little bit. But the majority of them should be pull emails. What do you think, John?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed the emails I've been sending to the Traffic Wave list. Since CTP has launched, I have not taken part in any JV contests. I have not sent a single email out for affiliate marketing products other than Traffic Wave. But Traffic Wave was because it was built into CTP. There's a reason for that. It's not, well, a big reason is that there's a whole lot of crap being promoted in the affiliate marketing world these days. Not a lot of people are focused on evergreen products. They're focused on the get rich stuff. So I don't like promoting that to people. I believe in evergreen stuff. But the majority of my emails now that get sent out, there's a method to our madness. For the foreseeable future, my entire purpose is to get you guys and the subscribers to this list back to CTP. So I want to show I'm pushing, what I'm pushing is what we're doing every day. The webinars, CTP talk stuff, crypto stuff, Traffic Wave stuff, list building stuff, social media stuff. I'm pushing that to pull people towards us. That's all I'm doing right now. And you don't have to follow this method. This is, again, because that list has got 200,000 people on it, and it needs a lot of love, right? I mean, CTP over the years was forgotten about and just disrespected, literally. So I've got to build the bridges back. And the bridges will not be built back with me pitching, the latest, greatest thing that's being offered by Scumbag Marketer 1 or Scumbag Marketer 2. So my entire purpose of sending email, like Blin was saying, how the push-pull and how the majority of what we're doing is pulling, it's by design. I'm doing that because I'm trying to show people what we're doing at CTP and how it's okay to come back. It might be a bad taste in your mouth, but this is a different company. It's a different outlook. It's different business. Everything is different about this. So come back and see what we're about. Push-pull, you kind of got to judge what you're comfortable with, what your list is comfortable with. I highly recommend the 75-25. 75% value. 25% is okay. Hey, go check this out because it's an awesome product. This is a fantastic cat toy. It's awesome. That's okay. Just try to keep it heavier on the pulling people towards you rather than pushing offers. But that's just me.
So you kind of bled into the continuation piece, and that's the hard part of the email series of emailing your list and stuff like that. And that's prepping emails to be sent after email number 5, because the first 5, they're the easiest ones to write. They can be done very quickly, very efficiently, because once you've got your mind set and you start just typing away and figuring it out, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done really quickly. That's about the time that most people take a break, pause what they're doing, and then try to come back to it later. And that's where we get stuck, and that's where we hit that wall, basically, to continue on with that email series. Well, I don't know what else to email about. I don't know what to email about. I don't know what to email about. We hear it every single day.
Right.
I'm going to tell you exactly what John and I do. And we email about everything that we're doing. And John just explained it because that's what I was going to talk about, but he took my thunder. So it's all good, though. Because we're on the same mindset, which is, it's kind of funny because we both understand the path that should be taken for doing all this. And we both follow that path almost to a T. So, and it's just a continuation as the rest of the emails. All you're doing is emailing about what's happening in your life with your passion about the niche that you are promoting or building up for. So if it's your cats, we're going to talk about what Trixie and Mixie did today. And that's what it's going to be. If it's CTP, we're going to talk about what we've been doing in CTP. What's that?
What, Trixie and Mixie. It sounds like strippers' names. Like it's
just the first two things that I could think of. I don't know. So yeah. And when you do these emails, they don't have to be every single day. The emails, especially the pull emails, have a couple pieces of intent, right? So we're going to continue building that relationship, and that's the overall goal of the pull email, is to continue to build that relationship. But it's also to make the subscriber look forward to the next email that they're going to get. So they go and open that email as well, because you want to keep those open rates as high as possible. So you have to continue to keep them engaged. So that's all you have to do for the emails. It's literally just writing about what you're doing or what you've done, what you experienced, how you feel about a certain thing that happened. If you're going to build a list talking about lead capture pages, you're going to talk about how you pitted this one versus this one, and this one won. Why do you think it won? Well, because of A, B, C, and D. Their emails to me are like mini blog posts. Once I get an idea in my head about a blog post, I'm usually pretty quick and can type it out in just 5-10 minutes or so. And that's all it is with the emails, is just continuing on with what you're doing. And I like to call it just following your journey, right? So whatever you've done in your journey, write an email about that. It doesn't have to be 5-6 paragraphs long. It could be short and simple, but the goal is to just continue to be as honest and upfront about what you're doing with your path and your journey to all of your subscribers. And that's all you have to do to keep them intent on opening more emails. So when that push email does come, they're more apt to look at it and be interested in what you're providing, because you've built the relationship. They're following you on social media. You may have even connected one-on-one with this person, but you continue to connect with them via the emails. And then, John, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I was thinking when you were saying that, it's kind of the things we were talking about yesterday when we do the Gauntlet games. If you guys remember, there was that Ripped Ab affiliate marketing program, right? And if you guys remember, my advice for this was, don't just pitch the product, pitch your journey. Document, like Gary Vaynerchuk is famous for saying this, document, document, document. Like everything you're doing, write it down, take a picture, do a video, have it, because you can repurpose this stuff for blogs, for emails, for social media posts, you name it. This is huge, and I was writing it down because I didn't want to forget it. I forget the exact stats, and we all know that 90% of stats are made up. But there was this study done a few years ago with everybody's individual circles on social media, like what one person can do, like the message that they get, what it spreads to. Not necessarily how many people potentially engage with you every day, but your circle of influence, right? If I remember correctly, it was 625. Now this number is, I don't know, someone could Google it and find it better. But you have the potential, let's just say, not even 625, let's say 200 even. 200, we'll cut it down to a third of that. So it's say 200 people that are in your frame of your circle, your network, your potential first level network around you, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, friends, family, whatever. 200 people you can influence every single day. Think about that, and now think about putting your journey or documenting that to those 200 people. Now do you see how to effectively write emails, create content, do this affiliate marketing stuff? Because that's 200 people that actually know you. That actually, if you say who Blin Jones is, 200 people will say, I know that guy. Well, Blaine's a little famous, so we'll say 2,000 for Blin. But the point being is that type of stuff attracts more people than saying, hey, go buy my thing. It's right here. Buy, 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 buy. Like, that's not going to work, because you will alienate those 200 people. Now, 200 people will support you. They'll like your stuff. They'll follow your journey if you're sharing it and you're documenting it. This is why the way you draft emails, the way you present your content, and we've said it all the time in Gauntlet Games, we don't care what you promote. You could promote Trixie and Mixie at the strip club, whatever. I mean, you can promote whatever you want. It's how you promote it that will matter in affiliate marketing. And the how you promote it is documenting, journaling, blogging, so sharing your experience with this product along the route. So whether it's CTP, whether it's ripped abs, whether it's that makeup thing that I always talk about, whether it's SFI, whether it's Jen's coffee and cards thing, like it does, whatever it is, you share that, you're tapping into the 200 people in your network. That's powerful. That's a lot more powerful than buy my stuff, please. And I'm going to set up a GoFundMe page, please. Don't do that. Document everything.
Yeah, it's super powerful to become the product of your product, whatever it is. You have to use it. You have to be the product of it. You have to be the expert in it. And that's what most affiliates don't understand. They think that I'm going to find a product and I'm going to put ads out there and I'm going to sell it. And that just doesn't work. You have to be a product of your product. You see these people that are passionate in everything that they do. They sell so many things and they're affiliates for all of these things, but it's because they're products of their product. They're experts in those things. Don't start and don't just mass email about a product just because it launched. Mass email about a product because you know and trust the product, because you've used the product, because you know and trust the people that own the product, and because you love the product. That's what you have to do. You have to be a product of your product. Plain and simple.
Ready for one of these? Let's get ready. It's nugget dropping time, ladies and gentlemen, and we're not talking about the rabbit kind. Okay, so me and Jen were conversating before. She was, well, I guess I can't really, don't just ignore that I said Jen, because Jen is doing nothing like what I'm about to talk about because she didn't want it out of the bag yet. Sorry, Jen, I kind of screwed up and people are going to know, but. So one of the things that I highly recommended, and it's actually a lesson inside of CTP because everybody's doing their lessons at CTP every day, right? Well, one of the lessons I talk about was merchandising. Right. Now, Blaine's saying be a product of your product. Has anybody noticed the majority of the shirts that I'm wearing when I'm doing these shows? Is it Russell Brunson's ClickFunnels? Is it? Well, don't worry about Blaine. Blaine's got his ideas. Why I suggest people going to Teespring, going to Zazzle, is to start your own merchandising shop. Now, going in with the mindset of, oh, I'm going to get people to buy my stuff. If it happens, great. I was sharing this with Jen. I created the CTP store probably a decade ago. I think one person has bought something in those 10 years, and I think it was my aunt because she wanted to support me. Case in point, you're not setting that up to make money. What you're doing it is you're doing it to become a product of your product so that you're wearing stuff when you're doing social media, right? Like people pay big money for celebrities and stuff to endorse their products and wear Nike and wear this and wear that. Why not your own stuff? Why not putting your own logo on a shirt, buying it for barely like $12 is what this t-shirt cost me, and shipping was more expensive than the shirt itself. But I do this and I'm on social media and you guys know that maybe, you know what, you might be able to buy this at CTP, the store, yeah, but you're knowing it's a CTP shirt. And I'm out all the time wearing my own clothing. This is product of your product. Yes, if you're into the MLM health stuff, yes, you should be drinking the shakes. Yes, you should be using the facial cream, whatever. But you can do this right now, building your own website, building your own logo, building your own brand, and then just buying your own stuff and wearing it in social media. Do posts with it all the time. Being a product of your product. If you're not going to be the biggest cheerleader for your business, how do you expect anybody to follow you? Nugget. Thanks for listening. That kind of went sideways from list building. Apologize.
No, it actually works though, because it's a part of it. So and authenticity is a thing, right? So people buy from people that they know and trust. If I know and trust that you use this product and you believe in this product, I'm more apt to purchase it from you because of that.
Hell yeah.
And that goes into all of that. That's part of a mindset for, see, that's next Thursday. This is going to be mindsets of list building, right? So we can talk about that as well. But today we're talking about 5 and 3. So we got our 5, right? So autoresponder lead capture page. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for confirming. And the emails. Those are the 5 things. The 3 things that you need to do. So 5 things that you need to have, 3 things that you need to do to be able to list build. This is going to be fun, and John's going to giggle. So the 3 things that you need to do. Number 1, test. Number 2, test. Number 3, test. Easy. Test everything.
Can you go over that again, please? I didn't get
Number 1, test. Number 2, test. And number 3, test. Test, test, test. Test everything. And we're going to hit all 5 of these, right? So the autoresponder. We're going to test our autoresponder. We're going to subscribe to our own list. Now, here's the mistake that most people make. We subscribe to our list at the end of the night. Why is it at the end of the night? Because we've already done everything else. We've built all the 5 things, and we've taken a lot of time to do that. So now it's the end of the night, and now we need to start testing, right? The answer is no. You want to subscribe to your own list around the same time that you will be online every single day, fresh start. So as soon as I get online, the first thing I want to see is my email from me, because that's what I need to look at. That's what I need to review. So the best thing to do is probably wait a day or 2. And I like to wait 2 or 3 days because I want to receive every single email that I send at least 2 or 3 days before the first subscriber gets it, every single time. That way, I have a 2-day lead on if I need to fix anything. If I subscribe and then I check and I look and it's good and I start promoting immediately, I may have subscribers 5-10 minutes afterwards, which doesn't give you lead time to fix anything. So with our autoresponder, we need to subscribe to it, but we need to subscribe to it as far in advance as we think is possible so that we can fix any issues with anything that goes out. Because here's what happens. If you work online and you create a product and you stare at it, and anybody that's been to school of any sort, we've all written an essay and we've read and read and read that essay 1,000 times, and it just becomes blurred lines to us. And then you look at it the next day and you realize you've got 5 misspellings, 3 grammatical errors and stuff like that, right? But you can't fix that if that email 10 minutes later gets sent to somebody else. You have a 2-day lead time. Well, now I can just easily log into my autoresponder and I can go, look, I misspelled grammar, and I can go fix that on my emails prior to anybody else getting them. So that's what we have to do with the autoresponder. And that's my best method for testing the autoresponder. John, do you have any others?
No, that's good. Also checking where it comes. I mean, autoresponders are in a very unique position, right? Like, deliverability is key with an autoresponder service. Like, an autoresponder service that doesn't get into your inbox, that's a problem. So I'm not saying that this is infallible advice, because it's not. Because listen, we live in Google's world. Gmail is the #1, and they put spam filters on everything. Like, sometimes the traffic wave emails will go right in. Sometimes the old Rocket Responder emails will go right in. Sometimes the Aweber ones would go right in. Sometimes they all go to spam filters. So you want to just be aware. Like, if you send an email and it's going direct to your inbox, cool, good, but monitor it. Now, there's nothing you can kind of like using the word free, things like that, like make $1 million. Like, we don't, like Blin said yesterday, remember, like, we were looking at that Spanish website and it said, learn how to spam Facebook. Well, you're not trying to spam Facebook. So you're not trying to use make $1 million in your headline in your emails. But it's just something to look at for your ad copy and stuff. But no matter what you do, again, we live in Gmail's world. We're at the mercy of Google. You got to use again, you'll notice that all of my headlines will not say make $1 million. And I'll never say get free things here. So free, the big claims of money, that stuff kind of gets filtered out. So just be aware of how your emails are they coming into any filters, or are they going direct into the inbox? You don't have full control over this, but the majority of the autoresponders do a pretty decent job of getting through Gmail's Fort Knox or whatever the hell Gmail wants these days. So just stay abreast of what's going on. Keep keep on top of it. But at the end of the day, you're kind of at the mercy of Google. So
yeah. So make sure that you test your autoresponder and that your initial email should go to the inbox, right? If it doesn't go to the inbox, I would question the autoresponder at the end. Because if it's just a thanks for subscribing email, it should realistically go to the autoresponder. So John kind of went to number 5, but we're going to come back to number 2 after the autoresponder and talk about lead capture pages. We have to test our lead capture pages. We have to test everything about them. We have to do what we call split testing and tracking and all of these things. And that's where all this analytics comes in and all the numbers. So we've created a lead capture page and we think it's awesome. That's great. What we need to do is we need to split test that lead capture page. So we need to change 1 or 2 small things about it, maybe 1 big thing, something like that. And then we'll have 2 lead capture pages. And we need to pit those 2 against each other in the fiery pits of doom, also known as advertising. And we need to get hits to both of those pages. And it's not get 100 hits or get 1,000 hits. We need to get 5, 10, 15,000 hits to these pages to see their validity and start to figure out which one works better. This is the longest and the hardest part of affiliate marketing, and it's testing and tracking lead capture pages to figure out what is most effective. This is the most costly portion. This is the most time-consuming portion of the entire process, plain and simple. So you need to get hits to these 2 pages, and you need to figure out which one works better than the other. And all the while, it's going to be great because you're going to start to see subscribers start coming in, and they're going to start going through that flow, that process that we've already set up, that we've tested ourselves. And then eventually, we're going to get to a point where we can go, is number 1 better or number 2 better? And then we can scrap the one that sucks.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it does. And then we can take that, make some small improvements on that, and then test it against those improvements, and then continue to do that. And this is an ongoing process. You should be split testing lead capture pages if you have 1 subscriber or 100,000 subscribers. You should be continually doing this. Realistically, so theoretically, the goal is to get a 1-to-1 conversion rate. Every single time somebody hits that lead capture page, it converts, theoretically. Realistically,
not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. You want to get that ratio as good as possible, right? So if for you that ratio is 1,000 to 1 and everybody else is talking how they're getting 100 to 1 ratio on their pages, compare your page to theirs and see what's going on and see if there's small minor changes that you can make, pit it against each other, split test, figure out which one works better, and continue to do that. So the goal is to continuously refine the lead capture page and always test and always test and always test.
I'm writing this down.
Yeah, Sean, like you just said, what works today won't work always tomorrow. Everything's going to be changing. So you may see different seasons or different times of the year where specific lead capture pages work better than others. But the only way that you're going to know that is via testing and tracking every single little thing. And then I'll see if John has anything for the lead capture page testing.
No, I'm a huge fan of testing and like for me it's shock and awe with a lot of the lead capture pages I've always done, whether it's a video or me going, hey guys, Sean, like getting really excited on video, or headlines. I mean, for me, video still is king to me, and I've actually got something to mention when we get to the email part of this, some tips and tricks on how to get much better opt-ins and open rates. But video is king. But not everybody likes the John Olson in your face thing. So that's why we have the whiteboard video on top of CTP instead of the John Olson, because John Olson is an acquired taste. Whiteboard videos everybody likes. So, but test it, see what happens. So.
Yeah, so always test your lead capture pages. The next 2, thank you for subscribe and thank you confirm. I'm going to combine these 2, but you still need to test them, right? So we have an order of things that people are going to go through, right? So they go from what I call a prospect to viewing your lead capture page to a lead to a subscriber, right? So there's that very small point in time where they go from I just subscribe to I confirm. And this should be a very, very small window, but that window can get larger and larger. So if you see that you have a lot of people subscribing, but not a lot of people confirming in comparison, there's an issue, right? So we need to figure out what that issue is. It could be your thank you subscribe and thank you confirm pages. So we want to make sure that we look at those again and make sure that we're directing that lead on that specific path, telling them exactly where they need to be going. Hey, check your email. You're looking for an email from Blin at blainjones.com. This is the subject of the email. Check your spam folder. Make sure you add me as a contact in your email, in your Gmail account or your Hotmail or Yahoo or whatever account you're using, right? So we want to make sure we have that ratio. And again, the goal of the ratio is every single person that subscribes to the lead capture page confirms their subscription via their email. That's a one-to-one goal that we want to get to. Realistically, it's not going to get to that goal. It could, but it may or may not. It very depends. So that's the goal that we want to work towards. And we always want to improve every single little thing along the way. But the only way that we're going to know if it's working or not working is if we're testing it and we're looking at those numbers and those analytics to track and see if they are or not working. So anything on that, John?
Yeah, man. So I had a support ticket today and I totally forgot to do my little YouTube video to respond. I responded to it. And the guy was a little concerned. He's like, I've referred 3 people to CTP. 2 of them haven't even logged in. I can't get them to do anything. He was frustrated, right? And I basically broke it down like this, and it's exactly like the mindset you want going in. You want 100% of these people to confirm, to subscribe, to be active. That's your mindset going in. Realistically, and this was the bad news to this guy. I was like, listen, the nature of the beast is it's a free program to sign up to, so a lot of people will just sign up. They might never do anything with it because there's no really vested investment. They haven't invested anything into it. They've just put their name and email into something. So sadly, there's huge attrition when it comes to affiliate marketing. But you can't have that mindset, right? You've got to have the mindset of I'm going to get 100% of the people that sign up to my list to confirm. And I'm going to get 100% of these people that they're going to click on my Facebook link. They're going to click on my Twitter link, my Steam link. They're going to come to my blog. They're going to comment. I'm going to upvote them. They're going to upvote. That's the mentality you've got to have, the attitude you've got to have. But still know that the majority of times, 9 out of 10 people won't do anything. It's probably higher than that. But when you're testing, you can't go into it saying, I'm going to judge this because if I don't get 100%, I'm a failure. That's not the metric you want. You want the mindset of I want to get, and I'm going to work my ass off to get 100% confirmation. But it's not going to happen realistically. And that's just the nature of the beast. So kind of combined it. You want the mindset of you want to get 100% of the people on those confirmation pages, clicking on links, engaging with you. Chances are they won't. But the mindset is you got to go in hustling.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I try to stay away from the word failure and stuff like that, because when you own your own business, the only failure is when you give up. When you give up on yourself and you give up on what you're doing. That's the only
stopping.
Failure. Yeah, stop stopping. Everything else, we're just making adjustments and refining what we're doing, right? So we have a broad overview of what we should be doing. And every single day, we're continuing to refine that and refine that and refine that and refine that and get a better, more narrow path of things that we should be doing, figuring out what's working. And that's why we're doing all the testing and everything. And that's going to move us into number 5, the emails for testing. Always test your emails. Again, like John had talked about before, deliverability, make sure they're getting to the inbox. So there's a lot of checkers out there that you can copy and paste an email into to look at like a spam rating on it. There's a lot of email formatting tools and stuff like that. So you can look at all of those as well. And those are simple ways to test our emails. And I know John's going to have a lot of words to say about testing emails. So I'm going to let him talk about testing emails because John loves emails way more than I do. So
it's a depressing thing. I actually like writing. I love writing. And like a lot of people, that's their like pet peeve. I love it. Like when I write emails, it's just natural, blog post natural, but it is an acquired taste. And I sucked when I first started, and I'm trying to get better every day. So
because even like before we worked together, I paid you to write my emails.
Yeah, and it blew my like. This is I'm not trying to take any, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus here, but it always blows my mind. I graciously will take people's money and provide good value, I hope. But I always was like, man, people pay me for that? Like, it's so easy. Like, how are you not doing it? But again, it's like how Jen can get on camera and be so natural. And for other people, it's like, you don't want to do it. It's an acquired thing, right? So the more you do something, the better you get. Content creation, email marketing. I really do believe it because I am a high school dropout. I am nothing special. I am a overweight 40-year-old dude who plays video games. If I can do this, literally anybody can, right? So it's just you got to keep doing it. That's stopping, right? The Russell Brunson thing. Anyways, few tips and tricks for testing emails and little tricks that will really help you get better open rates. This is from my testing and from my research and from years and years and years of doing this. Use numbers in your headlines. This is a huge nugget. Okay, so I'm going to write this out so you guys see this. So this is what you don't do. You don't type it out like that. That's how you do it. Okay, so something in the brain attracts people to lists and numbers. So if you are writing emails, a huge tip is to write the number exact. Don't spell it out. So don't write 5 or 3 or 7. Put the number. That's huge. And that when you're doing testing on headlines, you got to remember that people, especially in marketing, okay, they get 1,000,001 emails, right? 1,000,001 emails. The ones that stick out have things like numbers in it or top lists. So my top blank to get blank, right? Bridging. This is what the internet marketers call bridging. You want to take someone from this and show them how to get that. So you can do that in a headline. This is what it is. This is what we're going to do. But also the word, Jen, ready for this? Especially you, because you're into this. Use the word video. Video in a headline and email gets a 60% more click rate, open rate, than other emails that don't have, using the word video, just using video. So you can do it like this. Like this is what I would do. If I had a new video I wanted to share, I would do this. I would do new. That's what I would do. That would be a headline I would write to get open rates on this. So this video, like I'll probably include this in an email or something like that. And just using the word video will get an email open much more than if I just did Blaine's 5. But you see how I combined it? Blaine's 5 must-have tips or must-know tips. So I just did that quick. So I wouldn't have must-have tips. I would do something like must-know tips or Blaine's top 5 secrets or something. Like be playful with it. But you can combine it. If you can put video in it and then, just put video in brackets or something if it doesn't work with the headline. But all of this comes from testing and looking into things that work and what don't work. So absolutely, Bonnie. Remember, we have the attention span of goldfish, right? 3 seconds and we're gone. So people would rather, it's a visual medium. That's why I tell people all the time, just putting your picture up on a squeeze page and going, hey, buy my stuff. No. You know what works a lot better? You know what works a lot better? Eliane, are you here? This is what works a lot better. That works a lot better. A video of someone sticking a sticker on their forehead, that works. That's the stuff that works. And that's an awesome sticker. It's actually a really good quality sticker. I've never taken this. Wow. That's really good, actually. It's like plastic. It's like an awesome sticker. Okay, sorry. I'm having way too much fun with my stickers. Yeah. So that's my advice. All of that advice comes from tracking and testing, and using top list numbers, so top list numbers, and even the word video will get much higher open rates. Google it. Go to HubSpot. HubSpot has tons of content on this stuff. Do your own research. Exactly, Sean. Stick out like a purple cow, right? Because 99% of the people will never stick the CTP sticker that they get. Eliana did it much better. Absolutely, Rob. But, most people won't do that. Purple cow, she did it. Now everybody's talking about it, even 24 hours after we saw the video. Anywho, that's my speech, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, so that's it. That's all there is to list building. 5 and 3. That's all that you have to do. If you do those 5, or if you have those 5 and you do those 3, you can become successful. It's not going to happen overnight. We understand this. It's going to take time, but as long as you don't quit and give up on yourself, you can continue to get better and do this. The great thing about like the lead capture page builder in CTP, I've created pages that are going to convert already. All you have to do is modify them, split test them, and see which one works better, and then go from there and continue to build and just keep getting better from that. We have CTP Talk as a blogging platform to get you to start creating content. That content can very easily be converted into emails that go to your email series. So we're giving you the tools for all that, and we're creating more tools every single day that I log in. I'm creating more tools, I promise you, to help you out with the 5 things that you need to have and the 3 things that you need to do. If you do those, you can become successful, I promise you. That's how I got success within internet marketing. That's how John figured out how to get success in internet marketing. It's just doing these things. So 5 and 3, make a blog post on it. Heck.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm going to shut down the recording. Thank you guys for watching. You should be here, though, for the live event, because I'm about to give away something that we've never given away before. So it's too bad that you're not here.
Roller coaster?
You should come. Yeah, definitely. Come. Thanks for watching, though, YouTube and DTubes and all the tubes in the worlds. Bye-bye.